Would you believe me if I told you that a simple drinks bottle like this could help you with your ball striking? Because it absolutely can. This is one of my favorite ever drills to help you strike and compress the ball much better, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So I absolutely love this drill for a number of reasons. It tends to give fantastic results in terms of improving the ball striking. It's really, really simple to do, and I'm pretty sure you're all going to have something like this pretty handy, and most of the time you're going to have one in your golf bag which you can use. So we'll come back to that in a moment and explain how we're going to do this and set up the drill. But before we do that, ball striking it's probably something that every golfer should work on, because even the best in the world will have days when they don't quite hit the middle as often as they'd like and the ball strike doesn't feel quite as solid. It will improve your score, but it will also just improve or enhance your enjoyment out on the golf course, because hitting solid shots is just more enjoyable. And if we can get you to do that more often, you're going to have more fun on the golf course, and that's really the whole point of playing this game. So if we're looking to improve ball striking, we're going to quickly go through exactly what needs to happen at impact in order for you to achieve that, and then we're going to go through exactly how that bottle will play an important role. So take my address to this ball. I've got a 7-iron here, and we know that setup and impact are nowhere near each other. They're not the same in terms of body positions, hand positions, and club positions. So my impact should be where my hips have moved laterally towards the target, so they're more to my left as I stand here, or towards my lead side. That puts more weight into my lead side. As I do that, I'm also probably going to have the handle more forwards. And those really are the key components when we look from the face on view. From the down the line view, we would generally tend to have a little bit of body rotation. That would be through the knees, the hips and the torso. And those things really have two important roles that they play. They allow me to control the loft that's on the golf club. I need to be de-lofting the golf clubs that I'm using, well, certainly the irons anyway. So this 7-iron, I need to have my hands forward to take some loft off the club. That's really important. That gives us that compression, that high ball speed that we're searching for. I also need to hit the ground target side of the ball. So I need to be striking the ball, and then my club needs to interact with the ground. So the low point needs to be target side of the ball. Having the weight forward through the hips and having the handle forward really allows me to do that. Now, as I rotate through, I want to finish in this extended position where my belt buckle is almost the furthest thing to the target. I feel like my buttons on my shirt are pointing more up towards the sky, and I've got pretty much all my weight on my lead side, just leaving a little bit on my toes. Now, if you're someone who really struggles with ball striking and you hit the ball really high, you don't really get that compressed feeling that you know the best players do, you often hit the ground early or you often thin the ball, there's a very good chance that you're not ticking all of those boxes. And what we often find as the main culprit is that the weight isn't forward enough, so your hips aren't over this way, and therefore you don't get the handle forwards. And then when you rotate through, you struggle to get the weight onto the lead side and you struggle to achieve that extended position. So here's where the little bottle drill comes in. This is absolutely fantastic and really simple. Take your address and just figure out where your 2 feet are going to be, and then place the bottle just outside of your trail heel. Now, if I move myself into impact and I rotate through, the movement of the rotation raises my trail heel, and you'll notice that as I turn through, my trail heel gets lifted, and this is where I achieve this nice end position. Notice how the bottle is still in place, I didn't make contact with it. If I don't have my weight enough forward on this lead leg, as I start to rotate, my back heel or my trail heel is going to start to rotate and spin away from the target, and therefore I'm going to be knocking the bottle over. Depending on the shoes that you wear, many of you will actually find on that trail side, you're going to get like some spike marks where your foot has kind of spun on the ball of its foot, and that's a really good telltale sign as well that your hips aren't moving enough forwards. So if I was to stand to this golf ball and try and demonstrate a movement that I would see quite commonly from a golfer who, you know, would explain that their ball striking isn't as good as they would like, we often see results such as this. Now, the ball's actually gone pretty straight, but you probably heard that was a bit of a clicky sound. I didn't take a divot. The ball came off from low in the golf club. Look at my finish position. Not exactly what we see the best players in the world do. And the bottle has gone. And you'll also see that kind of mark on the ground that I was explaining earlier. So that's very, very common. That may well be you, and you may well have videoed your golf swing and seen that you're almost kind of falling back off the shot or not getting your weight through, and just not achieving that really full finished position. So the exercise is pretty simple. It's just to take some swings and try and feel like you're going to leave the bottle in place. So there's that same setup, but this time I'm going to try and make the correct movement. Very, very different finished position. You can see I'm much more on my lead side. I'm feeling very, very tall. I did make some contact with the ground after the ball, and the feedback through that bottle is what I needed. That bottle has not moved, therefore that gives you some really good information about what my hips did through the impact area. So for me, it is one of the best drills because I call it an external focus. You're not really thinking about the bottle, it's there to give you some feedback. And if you knock the bottle over, you know that you need to move your hips a little bit more towards the target. If you knock the bottle over again, you need to move more towards the target, and you can just use that bottle to establish the right movements, the right feels, and for you, what do you have to do in your golf swing in order to achieve the desired result? So a water bottle can absolutely help you with ball striking. Just place it outside your trial heel, ensure that you miss it all the way to the follow through, and that is absolutely going to help you hit more solid, more compressed iron shots, and trust me, it's more enjoyable and your scores will thank you for it. Really hope that video was helpful. Really hope it's something simple that you can do at the drive range, but it's going to give you big results in terms of your ball striking. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop into the comments box, let me know. Did you like that drill? Have you done that drill before? And also give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. It really does help me. Thanks for watching. We shall see you back here again, hopefully very, very soon.